it's me not being able to be serious with her. So she think that I play too much. Like, she think I don't take nothing serious. She think I'm a joke. She think I'm a whore. You understand what I'm saying? She think I'm just a whore-ass nigga that's play all day and don't take nothing serious. But that's her reason. But my reason is you don't activate that person. You don't activate that side of me. Like, you don't act like I want to change my name. I want to, like, that's something that I'm looking into. Like, you don't activate like I want to be like an Alameda Akisi soon. Like,
Khaotic had always been the type of person who flourished in the midst of chaos. As a rising star in the rap game and a well-known personality on reality TV, he was aware that everyone was watching him. He had fared well from his modest beginnings, making a name for himself in a field that was both glamorous and cruel. Despite the hustle, though, Khaotic took great pride in his loyalty, whether it was to his family or his friends. When Khaotic first encountered Erica Banks, he was attracted to her like a moth to a flame, since loyalty was the cornerstone of his life. From the outside, it appeared like Erica and her partner were a power couple in the making. They were not just a pretty face in the rap industry. They were talented, ambitious, and feisty in the best manner possible. They frequently shared their travels together, celebrated their victories, and fans were thrilled when they revealed their undeniable chemistry to the world. And it was evident that both Erica and Khaotic were enjoying the spotlight of their public romance. However, many were unaware of the tension that was developing behind the scenes, as Khaotic was well aware that the industry was full of distractions and people who would do anything to attain their goals, and he freely gave Erica his trust. However, uncertainty began to grow over time. He was a busy man focused on his career, and Erica had her own goals to pursue, so perhaps he was just overanalyzing things. But the idea gnawed at him like a persistent itch. He had learned the hard way that relationships in the spotlight weren't easy, but there were whispers in the streets and rumors about other men that made him doubt the basis of what they had chaotically tried to push to the back of his mind. Nothing could have prepared him for the storm that was about to hit. One late night, while he was working on his most recent project at the studio, his phone buzzed on the table and an unfamiliar notification flashed across the screen. He looked at it for a moment, expecting to see something ordinary, but it was from a friend of his in the business, someone he trusted, and the message was straightforward. "You must see this."
No, you need to figure out who you letting next to, because this is in the Bahamas.
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Or with Amy.
Now you
over here
come on
talking
now.
about my
Hold on.
who you letting next to?
Hold on.
Because you Amy 5.
Khaotic's curiosity was piqued, so he opened the message. The content, however, was completely different from what he had anticipated. It was a set of pictures that would alter everything. The first picture featured Lil Scrappy, a fellow rapper, and someone Khaotic thought of as both a friend and a colleague. The second picture was more telling. It showed Lil Scrappy and Erica Banks laughing together, sharing drinks, and sitting close in what appeared to be a private scene. And the last picture came as a ton of bricks. Erica and Scrappy in the same hotel room, her head laying on his shoulder, appearing totally relaxed, was a moment that screamed treachery. His mind remained blank, unable to process what he was witnessing. He had trusted Scrappy, and he had trusted Erica. How could this have occurred? The picture struck him like a punch to the stomach, striking him right at the heart. Sat there for what seemed like hours looking at his phone in an attempt to make sense of it, but it was obvious what had happened. Erica had spent the night with another man, not just any man, but a man he had known for years and whom he had confided in as a friend.
What am I doing here as a man, bro? If I just sit here and let a woman just run over me, girl, like I'm not gonna do it.
But more than that, he felt hurt, a kind of emotional pain he hadn't anticipated feeling. As much as he wanted to confront Erica right then and there, something in his gut told him to pause. The betrayal was not just about Erica's relationship with someone else. It was also about the friendship being broken and the breach of trust. He couldn't deny it, but it was more than that. The remainder of the night was spent in anguish as he replayed the pictures in his mind, battling the impulse to phone Erica and demand an answer, but he knew he couldn't face her just yet, not until he could collect his thoughts. Erica sensed that something was off and started contacting people as the texts and calls began to pour in the following day. But Chaz remained mute since he wasn't prepared to hear her side of the tale. Excuses, there was no longer any trust. It was beyond repair at the time, and he knew it. Hours later, Erica's calls increased in frequency until chaos made it impossible to ignore her any longer, so he replied. He didn't want to hear it, and he didn't want to hear her justifications. But she persisted in trying to rationalize what had transpired. She said that it had been a harmless night out and that nothing had happened between her and Scrappy. But Chaos could hear the hesitancy in her tone, the lack of conviction in her justification seeing the photos. I realized that nothing she said could repair the harm done. What could you have done to me? His voice broke, revealing the anguish he was experiencing. It was a rare instance of weakness for him, and it pierced the confidence he typically displayed. I'd apologize. Chaos. I promise it's not what it seems. With sadness in her voice, Erica said, "You don't understand. You don't comprehend, no. You've betrayed my trust. You've betrayed everything." The talk ended with a mixture of tears and irritation because Khaotic quickly halted it. He didn't want to hear any more apologies since the burden of betrayal was too great to handle.
I love you, but you be the one that be starting all the stuff. No, you do, and I love you, but you be starting the
It's okay.
It's not okay. You got a woman that really loves you.
Let's go. No, she don't love you. You don't hear what she talking about.
Gotta stand up.
You ain't been right there. You ain't been right there the whole time. You ain't been right there the whole time when she was on me.
I gotta know you ain't with that Mama D said that a diamond print.
Fans of Swift and social media users erupted in response to the fallout, and the drama became the talk of the industry. While some fans supported Chaos and criticized Erica for her behavior, others were quick to defend her, saying that there was more to the story and that the pictures didn't necessarily prove anything. For Chaos, however, it didn't matter what the fans said because his heart was broken. No amount of internet could resolve that. The industry that had once felt like home now felt like a foreign place full of people who could turn on you at any time, and Khaotic began to doubt everything, including his relationship with Erica, his friendships, and his place in the world. As the days went by, he retreated into himself and kept a low profile because the pain of betrayal lingered. In order to deal with the emotional devastation left by the betrayal, he now spent many nights by himself working on his music. He put his heart into his songs, creating a cathartic release that helped him deal with the wounds that persisted despite his best efforts. Erica attempted to get in touch with him in the weeks that followed, but Chaos was unrelenting. He couldn't go back because so much had transpired, and his trust had been lost, possibly forever. The industry was ablaze with rumors, but Scrappy chose to remain silent and avoid confronting the situation head-on. He needed to concentrate on his recovery, so he took a step back from the spotlight. As the months passed, the pain started to lessen, but the scar would always be there. He returned to his work, his friends, and his mental health after learning a terrible lesson about loyalty. Even in a culture where mutual trust is the foundation, treachery may come from the most unexpected places. Although the heartbreak had altered him, it had not destroyed him. Instead, it had taught him that he could ultimately rely only on himself.
Heard that.
Erica Banks used to be thinking that she was gonna break my bank.
Okay.
And that was not happening. I was giving her small budgets, but it was like she wanted to go over. So it was like, I mean, because get what, with a small budget to me might be a large budget to somebody else.
It wasn't a long budget to Erica if she kept going over.
Yeah,
No,
what's the budget?
See, like I said, unrealistic. A budget for me is real. This is a realistic budget.
Real number.
Like, what's a realistic
Yeah, but you're
budget?
trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're not gonna keep up with the Joneses off my